Hello, I'm Llewellyn King, the co-host of MECFS Alert. We have a special section in which patients and advocates tell their stories.
Hi, my name is Mary Schweitzer. I was a tenured professor of history with a very active research program, writing and publishing and presenting papers. A mother of two, active skier. We used to travel all around the country. I had a really great life. I was married to the guy I fell in love with 20 years earlier. It was really nice. Then on October 24th, 1994, I drove up to grade papers. I sat down in my study with the papers in my lap, and I had a blackout. When I came to, I looked down at the papers and I could not understand a word of them. It was as if it was in Cyrillic alphabet. I couldn't stand at first. This was all very frightening. I didn't know what was happening to me. After that, I had intense pain behind my eyes, back of my neck, headaches like migraines, except they were symmetrical. I lost my sense of balance. That's called ataxia. I would have to grope my way around the house. I couldn't pass a Romberg test, one foot in front of the other. Close your eyes, I fell over. I had a number of symptoms that would be consistent with encephalitis. But nobody could figure out what I had, except my students, because my students had seen it before, because there'd been an outbreak in southern New Jersey. I lived in Delaware, nobody knew what the heck I had. So my students told me to tell my doctor that I had chronic fatigue syndrome. And my doctor and I looked at each other and we said, chronic fatigue syndrome? That can't be, you're too sick. I was fortunate in that I was so sick, nobody doubted how sick I was. They put me on leave immediately. I thought I'd get better with rest, but I got worse. It got so bad. This started out in the fall of '94. By the fall of '98, I could not brush my own teeth. I needed help to get from the bed to the bathroom. My daughter's band played in the Rose Bowl parade, January 1st, 1999, and they had to have somebody stay with me because I was not safe alone. I was fortunate to get into several studies. One showed that I had a virus called HHV6 variant A that was first found in AIDS patients and is believed to cause encephalitis. I also have recurring tests over the years have shown I have recurring Epstein-Barr, HHV7, cytomegalovirus, Coxsackie-B, and these things all erupt. And it would make sense that I get really sick with them, but there's no literature on it. The government's not interested in that at all. I was fortunate, again, in that my family was able to afford a drug that costs $60,000 a year just for the drug alone, but it's an immune modulator. It helped fix my damaged immune system, which in turn helped fix the viruses. When I'm on it, I can drive, I can read. I was able to dance at my son's wedding. I was able to walk barefoot on a beach. When you can't walk, you dream about walking. And so to be able to walk, to stride like a real person, that was really nice. That part of it was really nice. Then after 20 months, I went off the drug because I thought I was cured, and I started negotiating to go back to teaching. Precisely 1 year later, I relapsed the same way. Sudden onset, blackout, had to be taken out of this was Camden Yards, Cal Ripken's last baseball game, and I had to go out in a wheelchair. So I had to get back on the drug, and that took 7 months. I was on it for 5 years and starting to do better, and kaboom, the head of my practice died. I lost it again, and 7 months later, I'm back in the wheelchair, back in bed, back needing all that help. I did go to the World Series in 2008. My husband wrapped me up like a kid going out in the snow and put me in a wheelchair and took me to the World Series so I could at least say I'd been to the World Series. But these years just dropped out of my life. I have a 3-year-old grandson I've only seen twice since he was born. I had a whole research agenda. It was really good. It will never be finished. I'm hoping to finish a book on this disease for my friends, none of whom most of my friends are living on far less in a year than I pay for just this one drug. And they're by themselves, they're impoverished. They used to be professors, lawyers, nurses, doctors, and they just live by themselves with nobody to take care of them, and I don't know what's going to happen to them as they age. The drug that I've been able to get, which is in phase 3, I'm on what's called a cost recovery open label study. I have to pay for it, but I know what I'm getting. It's called Ampligen, and we're not sure exactly how it does it, but it does. I know from testing that it repairs the damages in my immune system, and after 6 months, the viruses start going dormant again. And I get it courtesy of Dr. Derek Enlander in New York.